Kold with Kold Fitness and Yoga. I'm here to show you how to use a Pilates ring, yoga blocks, and a few other props to have a total body workout that especially engages your all-important adductor and abductor muscles. For more on this, visit my blog and search Pilates ring, and you'll find the whole workout with additional exercises, as well as more helpful information on how to keep yourself total body fit. With that, just know you should check with your doctor before beginning any exercise program. And if you're experiencing any pain or discomfort, know that you want to fully engage your muscles and work strong, but you also want to respect your body. So if something doesn't feel right, it could mean you need extra help with your form, your alignment isn't correct with neutral spine going into the exercise or maintaining it. And it really is best to have a professional to work with through your exercise program. So I'm happy to help with that too. If you want to contact me, you can feel free to email me through the website or call. And thank you so much for watching. My first exercise will be a sideline leg press. Your elbow will be directly under your shoulder on the supporting arm, fingers facing out. We'll take and bring the circle inside the legs, a little bit above the ankle. Your toes will point away. Key point here, you want to have your hips stacked, so you don't want to drop the hip back. You'll bring your legs slightly forward in front of you. Now you can use a kickstand hand here if it's too much sensation, or you can take for full posture and extend out and then over as you would squeeze the ring. So we'll begin. Nice and long and lengthen, keeping the ribs in to help the obliques. Breathing in, exhale, reach and squeeze, and back. Exhale, 2, and back, and 3. Breathe back. Nice strong core. We exhale on the exertion. 5, and back, and 6. Lengthening the legs, and 7. Breathe. And 8, and 9, keeping that neck nice and long. If you're extending the arm, it's over the ear, and 10. So repeating this on the opposite side, and then I'm going to go into the next exercise that will work the body just a little bit differently. So pausing this, do the opposite side, and then when you're ready, we'll do a different exercise with the legs inside the ring. For our next exercise, we'll bring the forearm again under the body, but this time we're going to do a little jackknife crunch. Now for some of you, it might feel challenging to put even any weight on the hip if the hip doesn't feel cushioned enough. You can use a blanket for that to give yourself a little more support, and always be working on a nice supportive surface, and definitely with a mat. So for our next exercise, the hand comes behind the head, the elbow is wide. We'll inhale, exhale, crunch up and down. This time my feet are flexed. So I'm working different muscles here, using my core and keeping flexion. What I love about the ring is that it allows you to really feel if you're engaging your quadriceps and using the feet with good alignment. So if you can't get all the way to the knee, no worries, but your goal is to come up. Breathe in here, exhale, we lift. Inhale it down, nice open chest, and exhale. So with the jackknife as well, the legs are a little bit in front of you. We're breathing in, we're breathing out, and let's do a couple more like that. Deep inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Final one like this, and we exhale. Excellent. Now, of course, you'll switch and repeat this on the other side. Exercise focuses on a variation of the Pilates roll-up. We bring the ring inside the legs, above the knees. You always want to not be working on the joint. We can only change the muscle with exercise, not the joint, but we can protect the joint with the muscles. So we're gonna bring ourselves into neutral here. Notice I'm not rounded. We want a nice, long, strong spine. Arms, almost like you're sleepwalking, breathing in. This is unplugged, droopy shoulders. Plug in, keep the chest lifted. Inhale, on the exhale, we're gonna roll down one vertebrae at a time as we squeeze. Breathe in, find your neutral. Exhale, squeeze and roll back up, lifting in the chest. Exhale it down. Arms are overhead. Breathing in, we exhale it back up. And then you can change this with variations of pace. Breathing in. Exhale it up. Lifting the heart. Inhale. Slow roll down. Exhale. Arms overhead. Breathing in. Keeping the gaze. Keep the neck in line with the spine. Gaze is lifted to help you keep the chest lifted. And then variations can occur here. We could hold in and squeeze. We could go deeper and deeper and deeper. Notice my feet have not left the floor. Another good abduction variation is just simply working on a squeeze. You can do this also toes up, and that really helps you. I think if you have issues with neutral spine and the pelvis, keeping that low back connection, and then squeeze, hold. Really good exercise for the pelvic floor, just squeezing and holding. So just know there are a lot of different variations with the ring that can work for you, and you'll build your strength as you continue to work with it. My next exercise will focus on principles of a yoga boat pose using the ring. So we'll begin with the ring being placed as you come onto your back. And we should talk a little bit about neutral spine here. So I'm going to have you take your hands and bring them under your low back. And notice if there's space there, you want to now pull the fingers out and get that low back connection. And if you have issues with the low back, doing some warm-up pelvic tilts where you're just rocking your pelvis posteriorly and anteriorly can really help warm that area up. And then inhaling away, exhale, bring it back, and then finding your neutral. And your neutral is where you want to be as you're going through your core program. That protects your lumbar curve, keeps your pelvis in good alignment, and will really help you to fully engage your abs. So for the next exercise, we're going to bring the legs up into a 90-degree angle and having the ring just a little bit above the ankles again. So first aligning that and flex your feet. I believe in flexion more than the pointed toe. There's a reason the word flex is in flexibility. So as we flex the foot, we stretch all the way up the back of the leg. Also helps the low back. When we point, you'll find this if you test it out. You'll stretch more of the front of the leg. So pointing has some merit, but flexing is, in my opinion, much more important overall with your fitness level. But you need both. So from here, as we're holding this, we'll take and interlace the fingers and bring them behind the head. Now as you're doing this crunch, if this is already feeling challenging, you could begin at a right angle. Just make sure you don't lose your neutral spine. So the easiest version would be I'm here, I'm going to crunch up on my exhale and extend. I'm going to inhale back down. I'll add a little squeeze now, neutral spine. I breathe in, I exhale and lift. Notice I'm keeping elbows wide, chin away from my chest, and I've got that engagement. Breathe in, I find my neutral, and I exhale, extend. And let's bend the knees and bring that down. So for more advanced in the exercise, now the legs are long. I inhale and I exhale, crunch up and take in a little squeeze. I bring my head down. And then we can take it a bit further. Inhale, I exhale, crunch up and squeeze
And as I inhale the head down, I drop the legs out, keeping neutral in the low back. I breathe in, I exhale, bring it back up. And I go back to start. I have my neutral. I breathe in, I exhale, and breathe it back up. This can continue. I inhale, drop a bit further. I exhale, crunch. I inhale, lower, pressing through those heels, neutral, low ab, really firing. I exhale, lift, and I lower. This can go even deeper, pressing out. Again, strong abs for this. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Maybe a bit further. Inhale, exhale, inhale, neutral, exhale. One more time to your best place. Exhale, remembering you can do this all with a bend and a lift. Just holding the squeeze and getting an isometric is also a great way to start to really get strong in your core. It's all good. Goddess style position. Your heels are to the mat. Your toes splay out a bit. The ring is at the inner thigh. We're in a neutral back position, arms at the side body. Keep your gaze up. You never want to turn the head in an inversion, and any bridge is an inversion. So finding your neutral and then engaging good into the ring. Pull the low ab in, maybe even a kegel here to really feel that. And then keeping a squeeze. Feel like you're shooting that ring forward to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Finding your neutral, hold at the top of the squeeze, and then coming back down one vertebrae at a time and feeling that good squeeze. We'll repeat. We're going to lift, finding neutral, deep breath in. On the exhale, coming up, tightening, tightening, tightening into the ring, feeling that good squeeze, and then coming back down one vertebrae at a time. One more like this. Exhale, we squeeze. Feeling that really lengthening in the low back and then holding that squeeze, and we come back down one vertebrae at a time. Releasing this after doing 10 to 12. Take a nice full body stretch, and again, knowing if you can only do 5, that's fine too. Breathe in, hug your knees into your chest, release your low back, and take a gentle cradle rock, right and left. Stretches are golden, always a good thing. Our next exercise will also be for the hip. We're going to be working differently now. Where the last one was working your adductors, now we'll work abduction. We're going to bring the ring outside the legs. Nice straight feet for me here. Rolling down one vertebrae at a time. With this, you could increase the difficulty by adding a chest press. If you were to do that, elbows would line up in line with the shoulder, and you would do your chest press and maybe practice that first, bringing it in tandem right over the chest and back down, not over the face. As we begin, we'll do it first without the weights. I want you to focus on the low body and the core. So we're going to draw in neutral spine, making that low back connection on this. And with this, arms at your side body, building balance by focusing on using both legs equally here. So not allowing the hips to sway. Nice straight feet below you, your big toes and pinky toes pointing forward and the same distance as the legs apart. Very important. We work with that a lot in my classes with yoga blocks so that we can develop that body awareness of where we should be in alignment from the feet on up. So as you're in this exercise, feel that neutral spine, get your low back connection, and then squeezing equally. We're going to feel the length now. Nice long neck, nose points up, and we're just getting nice and long and strong, and you'll feel a really good hip alignment as you're stretching this and then slowly coming down. Nice strong core, one vertebrae at a time. And we're back to start. So repeating that, we're breathing in, finding neutral. Exhale, squeezing the glutes and also engaging the legs up. Simultaneously, we lift and we lengthen. Holding at the top of that squeeze and then coming on down. To add lack of support of the hands, much more challenging, coming into a chest press position, neutral back, pressing it up, and then down and bringing it down, and then working in tandem. Much more challenging. You can also hold at the top of the squeeze and then bring it back down. Make sure you've mastered neutral spine first and the core portion before you get into adding a total body move. And again, hug knees to the chest, nice full body stretch. My next exercise works with the principles of Locust Pose. And in Yoga Locust Pose, we want to make sure we don't hyperextend the back. So a low lift is best. If you feel this in the low back, there are some options for you. But I'm going to give you the standard exercise and also show you how to take it up a notch. If you're having low back issues, again, consult with your physician before beginning an exercise program or see a specialist that can really help you to train as your body needs it. Coming with my chin to the earth, my legs will engage on the exhale. So I breathe in, I feel both hip bones level, and on the exhale, I squeeze in and everything lifts, and then I lower. Inhale, squeezing, adding the glutes in, hold, and release. There are various variations, including like a cactus arm. Inhale, squeeze, and you can also pulse. Again, more advanced with our pulsations, and we take it down. If we want to also strengthen the shoulder girdle, coming with the neck in line with the spine, fingers are straight. Inhale, neutral, I lift, press and squeeze and down. So as I'm lifting, I'm pressing the block and squeezing the ring. Total body alignment. Really strong. Release that. Removing the ring. Knees out to the mat, big toes touch. Soften back to a prayer pose position. My next exercise is going to help you with proper body alignment in a standing position. Oftentimes people develop lordosis where the tailbone is starting to stick out. They get the low back curvature. And so we want to work on bringing your pelvis into good body alignment so you can feel better, your organs will feel better, you'll stand taller, you'll breathe better, and so on and so on. So we're going to take the block. At the feet, short end is out. You want to make sure the foot is really against the block, not that you're standing with kind of a duck foot with the feet out. We're going to take the other block at the inner thigh. And so proper pelvic alignment, we call this pelvic loop. As you take your index and middle finger to your hip and your thumb to the back, you're going to lift the chest as you draw the tailbone under, and you will just feel that block move forward so you know you're doing it right. We're going to take the Pilates ring with that. We're going to bring it, our hands will be like this, but behind the back. The chest is nice and lifted. The nose points straight ahead. And really good idea to watch yourself in the mirror and maybe listen to my cues with this so you can see that you're doing the movements properly in a standing position. Always good in a standing position when lifting free weights that you also look in a mirror and make sure you're doing it the way you think you are. Inhale, so we press that block forward a bit and we pump and pump and pump. Keeping the core really strong here, just pulsing. And again, there are a lot of variations for this. Another great move is the sit-stand test. And most basic, we're going to sit, not touching the back of the chair. The block is between the feet. The block, short end up, is at the inner thigh. As I'm sitting tall, I've developed it where you're going to take the Pilates ring and work the chest as well. Gazing up through the ring. We'll come up, strong core, squeezing the blocks, feel it come forward, pump it, and keeping that nice and up, sitting back down. Why is this important? I want to look through the ring. Because oftentimes now we've got that computer slump, right? And we're in the shoulders, we're hunching over. We're not lifting from the core as we get out of a chair. We're not lifting from the chest. For people who've had some issues, for example, rotator cuff, and are making their run back into a fitness program, but can't really go weight bearing like a stability ball chest press or a push up on a ball or without, or even a half push up. This can be a great way to tone you in this area and also help your posture. If this feels a bit daunting, there are always modifications. For example, this is a really common senior fitness test, and it's just standing up and sitting down. I've added the blocks to it because this will also help tone your adductor muscles and keep you from compensating with the feet. Now again, one size does not fit all. Some individuals who come to me, we need to put something a little bit larger like a small toy ball. They can't bring their legs in alignment, or how their hip joints are spaced. There are a lot of different issues to be considered, but a video is more generalized. So keep that in mind as you're going through this program. Again, listen to your body, do what works for you, read my blogs. I think you'll find they're very informative. You can search through my website at JackieKoldFitness.com. Any topic you might be interested in, hopefully you'll find some help there. I'm only a phone call or email away, and thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this beneficial. Put a ring on it this year for Valentine's Day, and take care of your heart with cardio. Make sure that you're doing a total body program where you're really strength training. We need that just for daily life. A gallon of milk is 8 pounds. We know we need to lift, and in a controlled setting, you'll be much safer all day long. Take care. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you on the yoga mat too. Bye-bye.